Fortnite, initially released as Fortnite Save the World, which is a cooperative hybrid third-person shooter tower defense survival video game developed and published by Epic Games. It was released as a paid-for early access title through Microsoft Windows, Mac OS, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One on July 25th, 2017. They did have plans for a full free-to-play release, which was actually announced within late 2018. Epic eventually moved to opt the game for pay-to-play in June 2020. The retail versions of the game were published by Gearbox Software, while online distribution of the PC version is handled by Epic's launcher. Fortnite is a game which is set on contemporary Earth, where the sudden appearance of a worldwide storm causes 98% of the world's population to disappear, and zombie-like creatures rise to attack the remainder. Considered as a cross between Minecraft and Left 4 Dead, Fortnite has up to 4 players cooperating in various missions on different maps to collect resources, build fortifications around defensive objectives that are meant to help fight the storm and protect survivors, and construct weapons and traps to engage in combat with waves of these creatures that attempt to destroy the objectives. Players will gain rewards through these missions to improve their hero character, support teams, and arsenal of weapon and trap schematics to be able to take on more difficult missions. In September 2017, Fortnite released its Battle Royale mode, which the Battle Royale mode is very similar to previous games of the genre. 100 players skydive onto an island, scavenge for gear, and defend themselves from other players. They can fight alone, which is a solo mode. They can fight with one additional player, which is duos, with 3 additionals, trios, or with an additional group of 4, which would be squads. As the match progresses, the playable area within the island will gradually constrict, giving players less and less room to work with. Outside the safe zone is the storm, which inflicts damage on those caught inside it, with the amount of damage growing as the storm itself does. Last player alive wins. A little bit different from more Battle Royale games is this one had the ability to build walls and structures, gain materials, and take cover and start stuff on fire. This is the game Fortnite, and I am going to explain to you today some of the issues with Fortnite that have occurred throughout the time as it's been a game within the past 4 years or so, and also some of the positive things. Stay tuned for the rest. Hey everybody, welcome to a different video today. Today I'm going to be talking to you about the game Fortnite. Now, a lot of people have played Fortnite. Me being someone who has started at Season 2, I've been playing since then till now. No, I didn't play Season 0 or Season 1, or whatever you want to consider the seasons, but I did start at Season 2, so I've been around the game early enough for when the map looked like this. Now, when you look at this map, there's a lot to digest with this map compared to what we have now, which is this. 2 totally different maps. And you might say to yourself, as someone who might not play the game, what's wrong with the map that you have now? What's the significance of the difference? Well, there's a lot. If you were to go and look at the picture of the map from the first season, the map from the first season, or I guess this would be considered like season, yeah, so this is the Season 0 map. So this is before my favorite location was ever added to the game. As you can see here, we still have Retail Row. That is the one area that they kept. And Pleasant Park, sorry. Pleasant Park and Retail Row are still here. Dusty Depot, Anarchy Acres, Tomato Town, Wailing Woods, Lonely Lodge, Moisty Mire, Fatal Fields, Flush Factory, Greasy Grove, Loot Lake, all gone. And if you look at the maps, I mean the general shape of the map is relatively kind of almost the same, but like if you look at this picture of the first map here, if you see where Moisty Mire is, you see like that spot to the left up top where there's like the buildings, you can see the roofs, it's like black like squares and stuff. That was, I believe, I want to say that was factories, I think. I'm not too sure, it's been so long since I played, but like they had like these POIs that weren't named that were actually really good spots to land. And then if you look on the right down below Lonely Lodge, where all those swirls are, that was the dirt track. That was another really cool place for people to land. And then I'm going to display on the screen a different map that's from like the Season 2, Season 3 era, so it'd be a little bit easier for me to work with. Okay, so for example, here on the screen now, you're going to be seeing this picture here. This is Season 3 Fortnite. This is peak Fortnite. This is when the game was at its best, when no map changes should have been made. The map should still be like this today, maybe with the exception of back when they switched Moisty Mire on the bottom and made that Paradise Palms. That was also a good map, but like, there was nothing wrong with this map whatsoever. So this is what people would consider, I guess, in their opinion, as the OG map, because this map was when a lot of people that were big played the game, and when the game was really popular. So if you look below Tilted Towers is Shifty Shafts. That was my spot every time. That was where I loved to land. Originally it was Retail Row, but I switched it up. I started landing at Shifty Shafts. I also really liked landing at Haunted Hills, but that area that I was talking to you about, if you see next to Anarchy Acres, there's like that little umbrella. Above that, there's a white building area. That's the hotel, and it's not a marked POI, it's just a building in the map. And it was a really big building, like, area for people to land. It wasn't huge. I'll show a picture of it right here. It wasn't huge, but it was a really nice spot to land, and a lot of people enjoyed landing there. And I don't know, you can see too, like, dirt track looks a little bit more detailed now. It's just, it's a whole different map. But like, comparing this map, I'm gonna put both maps on the screen, the Season 3 map and the current map. If you look at both of these maps, the current map has like orange spots from some explosion that happened, and yeah, blah 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 blah. And the original map I think has more locations, if I'm not wrong. I might be wrong, but I'm not entirely sure. But like, there's way more water in the original, or in this new map, and I don't really care for it because the water is so hard to play in. I think back at this point, like, other than Loot Lake, like the water outside of the map, I think if you landed in that, you died. That they made it harder to move around, and you have to build, and that you can build in water because some people are good at it and some people like me suck. So fighting in the water is horrible. But like, so this map here, this is Season 3. Again, the only locations left from even here are Retail Row, Pleasant Park, and that's it. It's like, we had Salty Springs for a while, but now it's Boney Burbs. It was Salty Springs, and then they changed it to Salty Towers, which was a mixture between Salty Springs and Tilted Towers, which wasn't even good. And yeah, it's just like really, really, really bad. And then another spot too, to the left of Tilted Towers is like you can see a big gray rectangle. That was like a soccer stadium. I'll show a picture of it here. It was a really cool place to land. It was a big area, had a basketball court outside too, and it was just like a lot of people would like rotate there, either down from Pleasant, from Snobby, or up from Greasy. I went from Shifty to that building most of my rotation, depending on the circle. If it was a circle that was more eastbound, I would start heading below Salty in the retail, and then kind of make my way towards the Lonely Tomato Town area. But for the most part, I never usually went down unless I had to, and I never went northeast to Wailing Tomato Town unless I started there. I would sometimes roam around up by Hotel and Haunted Hills and Junk Junction and stuff, but yeah. I feel like the rotations were a lot better with this map because there wasn't all the mobility. I know I complain a lot about not having mobility, but we have cars, we have boats, we have a really really good form of mobility that a lot of people don't use if you're in the water, the shark and the fishing rod. That's really helpful. Bounce pads, I think, are still in the game. I don't know, I haven't actually seen them. Riffs, there's a guy at Lazy Lake NPC, because now you can talk to NPCs, which wasn't remotely even a thing in Season 3, and you can they give you either a weapon or materials, and some of them also have like things where you can upgrade a weapon, collect a bounty. That guy has the rift that you can buy with gold. So there's a lot of different things, and there are some things about like new Fortnite that are better, such as at Slurpy Swamp. In like the light blue areas of the map, you can actually gain health and shield by sitting in the water, which I think is pretty neat. There are slurp barrels which you can break to give you health and shield, which I don't believe were in this part of the season. Let's see, I'm trying to... It's so hard for me to find positives because there's just so many negatives. There's really not, like I said, like I'm saying, there's not a whole lot of positives. Like this new season, like this new chapter in general. When after season 10 Fortnite, when they switched over to the new chapter, I think it was after season 10, when they switched to the new chapter, the game was ruined. I'm sorry, but it was. Chapter 2 sucked. It still sucks. I hate it. I wish they would go back to the original stuff. I'm gonna put up a map here on the screen that shows like the map with like Paradise Palms and all that stuff, and I'm gonna talk to you guys about that map and how it like kind of reinvented the game. Alright, so on the screen right now I have displayed the Season X or Season 10 map. So here there's a lot of things that I'm going to talk about with this one that were, I guess, hated. So I can't remember if it was Season 4 or Season 5 or Season 6 that Lucky Landing was introduced. I think that was one of the most new-ish, or well, older I should say, but new to the thing, new to the game. POIs added. I couldn't figure out what to say, my gosh. But so Season 8 introduced the Lazy Lagoon area and Sunny Steps. I don't know if Pressure Plant was part of Season 8, but I know Lazy Lagoon and Sunny Steps were a part of that. And I think Season 10 was like that big red spot in the middle of the map with that like carcass of that big fish. And I also believe Season 10 was the introduction of Neo Tilted and Mega Mall. A big thing around this time was, I don't know if they show it on this map. I don't believe they do, and I don't believe they ever did show it on the map, but around this area here, like between Tilted and Shifty and kind of all around this circle, there was like tubes that you could fly in, and you could like go around the areas, and like if you shot out of the tube, you would deploy your glider and you could fly. Another way of mobility. Let me just explain to you here. Look at how many different types of land there are. You have snow, the majority of the grass, and a little bit of sand. I loved it. It was cool. And then you have the block, which is either just a big block, or it's they had it different every time. People could make their own version of the block, and then Fortnite would add it into the game, which was really cool. So it was always a different location generally. But with this, I didn't play much Season X, but this map here was very similar to what I was really happy playing with. This was when I was at my favorite peak Fortnite time. So in ways of mobility at this time, you had regular rifts. You had rifts that you could just jump in and fly through. Rift to goes, I believe, were still in the game. I don't think there was vehicles yet, so boats, everything, well, they did have planes. Planes were also a method of option for traveling. They had, I don't know if they had zip lines yet. I'm gonna say yes, but I'm not positive. They had launch pads. That was also another method of mobility. I believe grapplers were still in the game. What else did they have? I think this is when they had the hoverboard, the drift board or whatever it was called. I believe we also had the baller, which was the ball that you could drive that had the grappler connected to it. And then maybe impulse grenades if you consider that. And I think shockwaves. And if I already said launch pad, I don't know if I did. But there was so many methods of movement. Like you could like move however you wanted to essentially. And I do believe there, I don't know, was there swimming in this season yet? So, essentially, Fortnite changed their map a lot in big ways. But when Fortnite updated their map in Chapter 2. Picture here of the map. So this picture here is the Chapter 2 Season 1 version of the new Fortnite map. Now, what's different, might you ask? So, first of all, the big crater in the top left part of the map, which is still in the map today, that was not in the map before. I'm actually going to move this on the other side of my screen so it's a little bit easier for me to talk about. There's the big gaping hole in the bottom where Fatal Fields used to be that is now Misty Meadows with water. Lazy Lake was never a thing before. They took Retail Row and which was Mega Mall in Season 10, and they moved it down where Paradise Palms was, kind of in that region. They moved the map out. Lonely Lodge, that area now became Dirty Docks. Sunny Steps area became Steamy Stacks. Took out Pressure Plant completely. Took out Lazy Lagoon, all those water spots over there. Added Craggy Cliffs. Although there is still a trail of water that starts on the top and goes down. But like the Loot Lake spot that was there is kind of still there. But I don't remember what that was. I think it was just a building in the middle of the map, kind of like how Loot Lake was. But it wasn't anything like remotely close. Pleasant Park is still in the game, but it's in a bit of a different spot, I guess. Haunted Hills, Junk Junction, and the Block, all gone. The Umbrella Place, gone. Snobby Shores, gone. Frosty, gone. Polar Peak, gone. Happy Hamlet, gone. Lucky Landing, gone. Shifty Shafts, gone. Neo Tilted, gone. Dusty Depot, gone. Like, they kept Salty Springs, Pleasant Park, and Retail Row. That's it. And it doesn't make any sense why they did it the way they did. They took out a lot of good spots. They kept Pleasant Park. I'm sorry if you're a Pleasant Park main, but why in the world would you keep Pleasant Park? So that you could use it for events? Because the Marshmallow event was a banger. So like, oh, well, we'll keep Pleasant Park in case we need to do any more concerts. I'm pretty sure that the Travis Scott event wasn't even at Pleasant Park. I'm pretty sure it was somewhere in the water, if I remember correctly. And I don't remember exactly where it was. Like, again, it's been forever. But yeah, actually I do remember where it was. Where Sweaty Sands is, it was up there in that crater region. So it was in the water. It doesn't make any sense. But yeah, so they changed the map a lot, essentially. They took out a lot of movement. I believe adding skill-based matchmaking is what made it worse. Because it made it harder for people to play that were streaming the game and stuff like that. So skill-based matchmaking, and the biggest thing the main reason I really wanted to make this video was because I wanted to talk about how today they are ruining the game. I don't like this game anymore. I'll play it, but I don't like it. I loved it before. I thought it was fun. I thought it was great. But they ruined it. And let me just explain in a couple ways how they ruined it. Makeshift Rifle, Primal Rifle, Makeshift Shotgun, Primal Shotgun, Primal SMG, Makeshift SMG, Makeshift Revolver, Primal Pistol, Makeshift Bow, Primal Bow, Mechanical Bow, and yeah. Did you hear me say Primal and Makeshift a lot? Yeah, I'm sure you did, because they added these guns that look like they came out of prehistoric times that suck. The Primal Shotgun is their new addition on trying to make the drum shotgun, but I guess a better version. And it does. So the green one does 57 damage, the blue one does 60, the purple does 63, the legendary does 66, and the mythic or epic or whatever Spire Assassin's Primal Shotgun does 69 damage. The Makeshift Shotgun, which replaced the Tactical Shotgun, I guess, does 88 damage for the common, 93 for the green, and 98 for the blue. The Pump Shotgun's back in the game, so that's a plus. But do you know how you get the Pump Shotgun? You can get super lucky and find one on the ground. You can find one in a chest, also getting super lucky. Or you can craft one. Yay! They added Minecraft into Fortnite. Wow! Incredible. Because we all asked for that. We asked for us to be able to craft weapons. That's what we wanted. We wanted to craft weapons. We wanted to make sure that we were like cavemen back in the day, bandaging up weapons and hitting rocks together and creating stuff. No, screw that. Who cares about freaking crafting? Crafting is stupid. It literally wastes time. Nobody cares about it. Fortnite could have literally went on and not added that. They could have added bosses back into the game. We could have fought bosses for weapons, and I would have been way better off with that. Bring vaults back. Take this crap out of here. But anyways, green pump does 92, so it does more than the common makeshift. Blue pump does 100, so it does more than the green makeshift and the blue makeshift. Purple pump does 108, and the legendary pump does 116. I do hear the pumps have been nerfed. Don't know how true it is. But also, pump magazine size is 5. Makeshift shotgun has 2. Fire rate of a pump is 0.7. Fire rate of a makeshift is 1.25. So the makeshift fires a little bit faster, but it's only 2 magazines. So essentially, with a shot and a half, you're out of bullets in a magazine. And the Primal Shotgun fires at a 3.8 rate. And do you want to know what's crazy about that? Is for that firing at a 3.8 fire rate, the Primal SMG fires at 9. So that's almost as fast. And it's a burst drum shotgun. So if you get this mythic one, you're essentially like gonna win like every close-up battle. So unless you miss. And then on to the best weapon that they've ever added to the game, the Primal Rifle. Accuracy with this thing, on point. Not even close. The Primal Rifle green does 31, the blue does 33, the purple does 35, and the legendary does 36. So what I can say is that these are, I believe, they are the exact same damage as the Scar. However, the Scar has a lower fire rate, way better accuracy, and the Makeshift Rifle, which the makeshift weapons you can make into either a pump or a Scar, dependent on if it's the rifle or the shotgun. And here's what you need to do. In order to craft a makeshift rifle or a makeshift shotgun into a Scar or a pump, or not a Scar, even a regular AR, you have to have the weapon, and then you have to get what are called mechanical parts. How can you get mechanical parts? Breaking certain metal items like vehicles, you can literally sit there and hit a vehicle and get one mechanical part out of it. Alright, so I just wanted to add here that you can actually also craft stuff primal rather than just the regular version. If you have bones, which you can get bones by either killing boar or by killing wolves, you can actually craft from the makeshift rifle or the makeshift shotgun. You can craft a primal rifle or a primal shotgun if you so choose. Not sure why you'd want to do that, because, I mean, at least for me, I don't really care for the primal weapons, but you can actually do it that way. And if you wanted to, if you find someone who has an available upgrade spot, like an NPC, you can actually upgrade your weapon to a higher rarity. So that's just another option. I just figured I'd throw that out there since I forgot to mention that in the main recording of the video. After just sitting there hitting it. Or you could get 3. You never know. It's completely random. So essentially, what I'm trying to just tell you guys here is Fortnite, I don't know if you guys watch videos that people make when they talk about your game, especially from irrelevant creators such as myself, but you guys really screwed it up this time. You know, I used to be able to say that, like, I'm okay with, like, the game, like, that, like, it's fine, like, there's nothing wrong with it, like, that it'll get better. It's not gonna get better from here unless you guys go backwards in time. If you guys keep evolving the game farther and keep adding new stuff, it's just gonna make the game worse, because we don't want new stuff. We like how it was before, back when we had like the good weapons and stuff like that, but now you guys took all that good stuff out, you kind of ruined it. And you know, sorry, I apologize for my dogs in the background, they're gonna bark. We're gonna go through, and I'm almost done here. From season to season, they added things such as zombies. They added the Mandalorian last season or whatever. They have now wolves. They had IO guards. They have like henchmen before. They had marauders. So there was like these bot bosses that you had to fight. And I guess it was kind of cool. It was a little bit of a twist on the game, but again, don't really care for it. They really just they keep on making the game worse as it goes on. So I found out there is actually on their website you can see different versions of the map. I'll put on here the season 1 chapter 1 map, the season 1 chapter 2 map, and then I'll put on the very last map from season 1 and the current map from chapter 2. In chapter 1 there was 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 different maps. There's already been 21 different maps. So 12 to 21. There's been 21 different maps already in chapter 2. The thing in chapter 2 that they added that I did enjoy was when they did add the boss battles, where you could get like you could fight like the bosses and get like their mythic weapon, and then like get into the vault and get weapons. That was pretty cool. However, I really think that they need to either bring back some locations from season 1, but they 100% absolutely need to get rid of these primal weapons and these makeshift weapons and just completely dodge the idea of crafting, because it sucks and it is literally the worst thing ever, and I hope they never bring it back, even though they're probably going to, but they really shouldn't. It is actually the worst thing ever, and it should absolutely go away. But what am I to say? I'm a streamer. I'm a YouTuber with only 1,000 subs that nobody really cares to watch anyway. So that's just my opinion on it. Nothing here is based on poll or anything like that. It's just based on stuff that I've heard from people in different streams on YouTube, and just other people's voices of people that I've played with or people that I've talked to before. So this is all I've got. So I hope you guys learned a little bit from this if you haven't really learned much about Fortnite. The Fortnite wiki, I will link the Fortnite wiki in the description. You can actually go, I'll link the page that has all of the Fortnite Battle Royale map changes, and you can actually look and see former points of interest, like changes to the map and stuff like that in itself. So thank you guys for watching this. I know this wasn't the best way that this kind of video could have been done. This is my first time ever doing one of these videos. However, I will hopefully be better at doing these in the future. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I really do hope you appreciate it. And Epic Games, for the love of everything, fix this game. Don't make it new. Just give us what we want and make it something that's fun to play. Peace out.